Today, this video session is to discuss about the environmental issues of Bakun Dam, which is located in Sarawak, Malaysia. As a Malaysian, we are proud of this Bakun Dam because it is well known as the second tallest concrete faced rock-filled dam in the world. It is also expected to generate 2,400 megawatts of electricity when it is completed. This project, however, has been suspended for several times due to various types of issues that occurred. While the construction of the dam is ongoing, it has caused serious environmental and social damage. The first damage caused by the dam is it had caused several hundred kilometers squared of land in Sarawak to be flooded. Therefore, the residents nearby had lost their homes and also has been relocated. This disaster has become our shame instead of proud. Therefore, this video session is very important for us to study the environmental issues before a construction project starts. However, we also need to alert while the project is ongoing. In this report, we are also going to include about the impact of the project to the environmental during and after construction, whether the project EIA, environmental impact assessment, solution to protect the environment during and after the construction, and lastly, the act that related to the issues. Next, I would like to pass to my partner, Alia Nadia Mokhtar, to discuss about the impact of the project. Thank you.
My name is Nurul Nadia binti Mokhtar, and I will talk about the impact of Bakun Dam project to environment during and after construction. Construction of Bakun hydroelectric dam has adverse effect to environment like the rest of large dams construction in the world. It is often related with environmental damage, mainly river, forest, flora and fauna. It also gives an effect to the water quality of river. Some of the aspects that been effect during the construction are flora and fauna, deforestation and resettlement. In constructing a dam, a large area of rainforest is required to be used as watershed. Likely, in the Bakun Dam project, it requires approximately 69,640 hectares of receivable area, where the abundant rainforest in this area was cleared. Thus, this project has led to the deforestation activity around the Bachelor River. In the beginning of construction, the amount and percentage of logging had raised. It reported that some areas which are not being involved and related to the project had been undergo logging activities too. Rajang Basin, which is the construction site for Bakun Dam project, contains one of the most diverse biodiversities in the world. However, result from the destruction of forests, a lot of ecosystem and biodiversity will be affected. According to the Ekran Berhad and SESCO, the affected flora and fauna are 49 known amphibian species, 109 species of moth, 34 species of butterfly, 205 species of other families of insects, and 15 families, 42 genera, and 104 species of fish. This led to the extinction of flora and fauna as their habitat was being disrupted and destroyed. Besides the stated above, another thing that is crucial to be concerned about is the residents of the planned reservoir. requires a land with great areas around the Bakun River. Generally, there will be a lot of settlement around river due to the east access and food sources. As in Rajang Basin, approximately 10,000 people from the plant receiver and watershed area were forcibly evacuated to another area. The communities have to relocate and resettle at Sungai Asam. This relocation and resettlement had induced a great loss to the residents as they had to sacrifice their lands and former lifestyle. All their efforts in develop the area and run farming will ruin in vain as they had to leave all of it and move to Sungai Asam. In addition, they will have to start over from the beginning in farming, which requires a lot of work and energy. Now I will talk about the after effects of the Bakun Dam project. Due to the deforestation, emissions of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane would happen in the Bakun Dam area. This happened from the microbial decomposition of submerged forests, vegetation, wildlife, and soil. Through the process of decomposition and denitrification, the biomass will be converted into carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and methane. High temperature of tropical climate in Sarawak has induced more heat, which influences the vegetation, thus produce more decomposition. Due to that factor, the emission of methane in Bakun Dam will be elevated than other dams. Another aspect that had been influenced is the water quality. According to the previous project construction, it can be assumed that serious deterioration of water quality in the receiver and the river downstream would occur. During the clearing and construction, the river was facing an increased turbidity, which had reduced the water quality of river. Since the turbidity is high, it would affect the growth of aquatic animals and plants, as it is difficult for the sun ray to penetrate to the bottom of river. In addition, the growth of aquatic life will be endangered due to loss of organic and inorganic nutrients because of the Bakun Dam characteristic of trapping sediment.
My name is Nurul Noliana, and I will explain about either the project in EIA or not. So, Bakun Hydroelectric Dam project is construction of large dams in the world, which are often associated with environmental damage, especially forests, rivers, wetlands, and wildlife. It is said to be affect the river system as well as water quality. It will cause water river sediment trapped behind the dam. This construction has shown more than 90% of the sediment trapped behind the dam, and it because environmental problems are created such as erosions in the river. Other than that, the deterioration water of quality, disruption of river of base flow, and water level floodplain alteration of downstream. Besides that, there have instruction of sedimentation and siltation. They have vegetative fragments floating, sewage, waste, construction, and also waste of those methods. Activities such as logging, destruction of habitat, and flooding of the reservoir is expected to have serious effects on the rainforest and causing several ecology problems. This can cause adverse environmental and social effects, as well the risk to safety and livelihood of people living downstream due to possible sudden release from the reservoir and the potential of a dam failure are feared. Then, the design does not adequately address to dangers of overtopping, sedimentation and reservoir which can induce seismicity. So this project needs the EIA because we need to prevent and control of pollution and also the cost from the project. Besides that, EIA is an important planning tool and efficient to predict the environmental effects of potential development that were proposed. It is also a way to identify the effect of unwanted before they occur and determine mitigating measures as appropriate. As a conclusion, we need the clear and specific contract conditions all about the site are necessary so that the environmental requirements could be fulfilled and implemented. Besides that, a good method statement for all works which address to relevant environmental matter is essential. Determine on the ground of a feasible and practical mitigation are frequently and also they need to be practical and effective on approach adapted for the environmental management. Lastly, protection of environmental and also effort of the Bakun can enhance and also reach international standards in achieving the development of sustainability of the environment. Other than that, EIA process considering the physical and biological impacts of proposed development environment that adverse changes the natural environment and resulting short and long-term effect of this condition. There have a department which can manage, protect and enhance the environment, which is Department of Environment, Labour and Justice, which have prepared guidelines to present the requirement under the EIA for developers, planners and public in concise and simple format so that the process can be easily to understand. Therefore, it is very important to determine, predict, evaluate and communicate information about the impact on the environment of a proposed project and to detail out the mitigation measures before to project approval and execution.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Bakun. I will discuss about the solution to protect environment impact and technology in Bakun Dam. In 2005, the project of Bakun Dam was issued because it caused environment and social impact to Sarawak. People with indigenous people blocked the construction. Bakun Dam had criteria where had 205 meter tall and making it the second tallest dam in the world outside China and area bigger than Singapore. With a crest length of 740 meters, a base width of 560 meters and acre width of 12 meters. Several hundred square kilometers of forest and farmland was submerged by dam reservoir.
We want our full rights, we want our compensation.
They're being asked to move because of this, the Murum Dam, a hydroelectricity project. 24,000 hectares of land will be flooded in less than a year. More than 1,300 people affected. Villagers from 4 indigenous communities have been holding up construction of the dam since September by blocking the only road leading to it. The protest site is manned around the clock. Some of the protesters are from this village, Long Singu, and the people here say they've come under intense pressure to leave from politicians and government officials.
It's hard for us to move to the new settlement area. There's not enough forest cover for us to hunt. It's surrounded by palm oil plantations, and it's far from the river.
Still, some communities have moved to the new settlements. There's water and electricity, but none of the promised amenities like schools and clinics. The state-owned Sarawak Energy, the company in charge of the dam, told Al Jazeera it's following international standards. The dam is one of 12 that the government deems necessary for the state's development. Environmentalists, however, say Sarawak has enough energy for the foreseeable future and argue that its biggest dam, Bakun, is not even running at full capacity. What the state may not have is enough land for its indigenous people to continue their way of life.
The construction was used during Bakun Dam construction is a method of by rockfill dam. The technical visit to the HEP project gave the visitor some valuable insight into the Bakun Dam construction of 3 concrete evacuation tunnels. Bakun Dam had 205 meter high concrete base rockfill dam. After the construction, the solution is upgrading technology to effective use existing dam. In Japan, the function of existing dam, such as reservoir volume, discharge capacity, operation and control, sediment can be improved under operation with upgrading the technology. Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul binti Muhammad Azmansha. I will discuss about the solution to protect the environment during and after the construction of Bakun Dam. There is many solutions how to protect the environment during and after the construction of Bakun Dam. One of the solutions to protect the environment during construction is monitor the ecological system, especially for the fisheries. The main objective is to assessing the new state of equilibrium in fish fauna present in the reservoir and the adjacent streams that link with Bakun Dam project. In order to achieve this objective, the monitoring work must start before the construction of dam period and continue until the new system has reached the state of equilibrium. Sampling sites also should be chosen carefully and should cover the following areas such as upstream of the future reservoir, within the reservoir area, between the dam site and powerhouse site, and lastly, below the powerhouse. Besides that, the hydrological data collection and monitoring program within the Bakun catchment area should be extended commencement of construction through operation of the reservoir. It is recommended that measurement of rainfall within the catchment area to be continued. Maps of land use should be periodically updated at least once a year. We are using civil area surveys and mapping to give estimate of the space-time variability of land use change. Furthermore, a climate station also should be set up, preferably as part of the experimental subcatchments, to measure climate data such as
1,000